back to another video. This is just gonna be a little bit of a yap session. I was thinking I wanted to go ahead and make a video about it. I usually don't talk about this on my channel, but considering that this week's update kind of sucked, really, I wanted to go ahead and make this little video.
Little train with me, a little chit chat, a little podcast, if you will.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and train my horse and just kind of talk a little bit, you know? I want to start off by saying that there's nothing like serious going on. I just feel like I really need to get a few things off my chest, some things that I've been like thinking about talking about, but haven't really gotten a chance to really talk about it because I was just like, you know, I usually like the only time I post really now is when I'm doing an update video for the game or whatever. But recently I feel like I've been kind of inactive in a little bit. Like for SSO content, you really can't tell because every week I at least post one video, whether it's about the update or just something of that spectrum. I usually post on this channel at least once a week, and the reason for that mainly is because I do have two other channels that I do have to kind of monitor as well. But also recently I just haven't been in the mood to make content. Now I know a lot of content creators go through this on a day-to-day basis. Like I'm not the only one who goes through like a creator block where it's not so much as they're running out of ideas of what to record or what to post on their channel, but more so finding the motivation, or at least for me, it's hard to find the motivation to record and sit down and make a video. It's not even so much about editing, it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but like I feel like a lot of people can like relate to how I'm feeling right now, and it's kind of one of those things where it comes and it goes, like a fever or like a cold. Like it comes and it goes, and there's times where I like feel very inspired to record a video, but then I quickly just get uninspired and I just no longer want to make the video, or I'm just like I don't really have an idea or any idea for like making a video, but I know I want to record something. So this is kind of how I'm feeling right now. I rarely want to be on my computer. Like I'm not on my computer often, and it's not like my outside life is so busy and hectic to the point where I don't have time to record, but it does at times, I'm not gonna lie, it does at times feel like a chore rather than a hobby, because this really is just a hobby for me. This is something that I like to do on the side in my free time, and recently it's been feeling more of like a chore, a job, so to speak, that I don't actually get paid for, but I'm not really enjoying it as much, you know? I mean, don't take this the wrong way. That doesn't mean I'm gonna ever stop like recording. Like I do love being a content creator. I love recording and editing. That's the whole reason why I even continue posting now. But I feel like there's times where I have to like step back from my computer, take a break, and really analyze why I'm making these videos. Because if I'm recording and making a video and I don't like the video for whatever reason, the video isn't gonna turn out the way I want it to. Like I could have a bomb video, right? But if I'm just not motivated, or I can sense in my videos that I'm not really motivated to create that video, the video itself turns out bad. And it's not even because of the quality or anything like that. It's just, it seems bad to me. You know what I mean? So that's why I really do take my time when it comes to not only recording the videos, but also editing the videos and just really putting
my heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears in each video that I
create and edit, because I don't want to give you guys like half full type of, you know, content. You know, I don't want to give you guys something that isn't put my 100% in, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't make sense to do that for me. So I always want to give it my 101% if I possibly can, and if I can't for whatever reason, I at least want to like give 50%, you know. But that's just to say about the main point of what I really wanted to talk about was being a content creator. Now, I know a lot of people do content creation for the fame and stuff like that. And I've already stated before that for me, being a content creator is just a hobby for me as of right now. I do want to eventually turn it into like a full-time job, but as you know, like being a content creator, it's not something that just happens overnight. Like it definitely happens over time. There's content creators that blow up overnight, and then there's content creators that it takes a while for their fan base and whatnot to grow, and that's kind of where every content creator comes at. You know, there's times where I've had a couple of viral videos, but you know, you really don't know what videos do well and what videos don't, and it's not so much your fault. I mainly blame YouTube, honestly. I blame YouTube on like promoting the videos, kind of like pushing those videos out there, because like I said, it's really not up to you on which videos do good and which don't. But I definitely feel like at times the videos that I thought was gonna do good don't actually do good. And that really demotivates me a little bit, because, you know, when I'm even making like short edits on TikTok, there's a lot of people like me who put so much time and effort into that edit just for it to get a couple of likes, maybe a few views and a few shares. Like, it doesn't, not necessarily blow up, but it doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. While you have other edits that don't, like, the person themselves even stated that it didn't even take them long to do, but they have tons of video, like, comments and likes and stuff like that. And I'm not really trying to compare myself to them. I just feel like at times it definitely feels unfair. At times, I mean, life isn't fair, but it definitely feels unfair when you put so much effort and hard work into your edits just for it to not get the recognition that it deserves. And it really does get demotivating for me. And then that's where it comes in for me personally, where I have to remind myself that I'm not doing this for the views or the likes or the comments. I'm doing this for myself. This is, like I said, this is a hobby for me. This is something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy making content and I enjoy editing, really, but I enjoy making content. And this is something that I like to do on the side when I'm bored or have nothing else better to do with myself. And that's just something that I have to remind myself of. If people decide to get into content creating or decide to be a content creator for the wrong reasons, they are not going to last long. I've seen a bunch of people who become, like, you know, you ask their reasoning as to why they're a content creator, why they want to create videos. And of course, the main reason is for likes and views, popularity. They want to get noticed and whatnot. But I feel like when you're being a content creator, you really have to like decide like early on before being a content creator, whether it's being a YouTube content creator, a TikTok content creator, you really have to think about basically who you're trying to target, like who's your target audience, obviously. But if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you're obviously not gonna make it far. And that's not even trying to be like mean or negative to people who are in it for the views and the likes and stuff like that. But for me personally, being a content creator, there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons to everything that you do in life. Content creation, it's definitely not something for the weak. Like the reason why I even say that if you're in it for the wrong reasons, you're not going to last long, because you're not doing it because you like it. You're doing it because you want to be noticed, or you want views, you want likes. And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things. Everybody wants to be noticed for their own talents and whatnot. But being a content creator is definitely one of those jobs, or one of those things where you really have to have a tough skin. Like, if you're a person who can't take criticism very well, you're probably not gonna enjoy being a content creator, because even the most famous content creators get backlash or they get hate comments. You're gonna have people who hate your videos. You're gonna have people who actually like your videos. Even if you think your videos are bad videos, you're gonna have people who genuinely enjoy them. And that's just something that I have to keep reminding myself about, is that I'm not doing this for anybody else but myself. I'm really just enjoying the game for what it is. You know, I don't always play this game often enough, but when I do play, it brings joy that I can put a smile on other people's faces, you know, because I know I get joy out of watching other people's videos. I mean, not just Star Stable videos, but other videos like Minecraft videos, Roblox videos. I get joy out of, you know, seeing content like that I enjoy, and seeing the person recording that video enjoy what they're doing as well. They're not just doing it to do it. Like, being a content creator shouldn't have to feel like a job. Really, anything that you enjoy in life shouldn't feel like a job. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It shouldn't feel like something that you have to do, but something that you like to do, something that you want to do. And a lot of people can't say that, because, you know, being a content creator is a job to them, or it is a job. But even though it is a job and they get paid for it, it's also something that they like to do. They like to be a content creator, and that's kind of how it is for me. But I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I have been demotivated to make videos or content. I know every content creator has went through that kind of drought or like that kind of change in the mood because, you know, you're not getting the recognition that you deserve and you're very underrated and all of that stuff. And it really does take you down. But then you have those people in the comments that are always trying to uplift you and give you courage and stuff like that, encouraging you to continue to make videos, even though you feel like yourself, your videos don't catch anybody's eye. But there's always that one person out there who genuinely enjoys your content and they make the extra effort to show you and tell you how your content makes them feel and how it makes them feel good and everything like that. And those are the type of comments and type of encouragement that keeps me going for really anything, just to know that there's people out there watching my videos, people out there supporting me, and it feels great to know that there's at least somebody out there who likes my content, even though I personally feel like the content that I create isn't really something that a person would want to watch, even if I feel like it's not funny to me. I mean, of course it's probably not going to be funny to me, but whatever's not funny to me can be funny to somebody else. And I kind of like that aspect of being a content creator. There's always going to be pros and cons to anything, and being a content creator isn't really an easy thing to do. I mean, you really do have to have a thick skin. If you can't handle backlash, you're not going to survive. Like, it's just one of those things where only a select few of people can handle, you know? And then there's others like me. I'm a very like passive aggressive person. Like, instead of outright angrily getting mad at the person who made a bad comment, like, even if the comment itself is obviously supposed to be negative, it's a very hurtful comment, like, and you're gonna always have people who just hate to hate. There's no real reason for them to be saying what they said, but they said it anyway because, you know, free will and all that extra stuff. They wanted to get some sort of attention from you, and in my eyes, I see it as, if you comment on a video, like if you make a negative comment on somebody else's video and that person of the video comments back in like a very harsh way, it makes you a worser person than the person who commented that negative comment. And in my eyes, I just feel like it's better to just ignore. I mean, the only reason why that person commented that negative comment in the first place was so they can get a reaction out of you. Sometimes the comment is like obviously constructive criticism, and there's people who can't handle that, but there's people who are just straight up mean. Like, they're not even giving constructive criticism, they're just hating to be hating. And those are the type of comments that I either remove or ignore, or I respond in a passive way where I'm not necessarily being mean, but I'm acting as if I'm not affected by it really. But usually I just ignore it. I mean, that's for me. I feel like I've gotten used to having those type of comments because, you know, I've definitely had comments that are really mean and hurtful, and some of which I would have to either like remove, or the ones that I just ignore. But yeah, I've definitely had some, you know, not so good moments being a content creator, but even so, I don't let those comments stop me, because like I said, there's always, you know, those few comments that kind of uplift you and give you like support and all that stuff like that. And there's people who are, you know, who actually back you up in a way where they're not necessarily like, you're not necessarily telling them to do that for you, but they're like, you know, I'm gonna defend my content creator, or I'm going to defend this person. And it's kind of nice to know that, you know, you're not really fighting your own battle, or like you're not really fighting this battle alone. You know, a lot of content creators get hate and you're not alone, and I'll support you through thick and thin. Now, this doesn't mean I condone being mean on the internet, bullying. I mean, you know, just because that person made a negative comment on the video does not mean you should go back and try to attack that person. I personally don't believe in trying to get an eye for an eye. Like, it doesn't really make you look better. It actually makes you look worse. If someone's being negative and then you try to double down, you're trying to stoop to their level basically, and it makes you look bad, you know? And there's people in the comments, like, not my comments, but there's people that I've seen in comments where instead of just ignoring the comment that was made, they double down on it, and, you know, it makes them look bad on the internet than the other person was, because obviously the person who made the negative comment is in the wrong, obviously, and you have every right to be upset and angry about it, because, you know, they're just hating to be haters. But then to go back and stoop to their level, it just makes you look bad. I don't really comment a lot on those type of comments Those comments are merely just there to get a reaction out of me. And if they succeed, I'll usually respond in a negative tone or try to stoop to their level, go lower than they have already. And, you know, at the end of the day, that person won. They got exactly what they asked for. They wanted a reaction, so they got one out of it. But I'm kind of going off on a tangent. My main point was, obviously, when I say pros or cons, I feel like in my opinion, there's more cons than pros in being a content creator. Like, yes, you get fame, you get likes and comments and views, but at what cost? You know, like there's people who are a content creator, but like I said, they're only doing it for the likes and views, and it becomes more of like it's quantity over quality. You know, I personally like watching videos that are quality over quantity. I'd rather have someone who takes their time making a video, takes their time to enjoy whatever video it is that they're recording and edit, than having someone who's just pushing out videos just to push out like garbage videos. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to watch a person who only pushes out garbage of videos. Like, you obviously can tell they didn't try hard. They didn't even put effort into their banner, or they didn't put effort into their thumbnails or their videos or whatever. And I feel like those are the most important parts that you need in order for people to want to watch your videos. If you don't have an interesting thumbnail or an interesting banner or just an interesting concept in general, like, I personally wouldn't want to watch that person, because you see all of these videos, but you can tell that they're just trying to push out videos just to push it out. There's no real enjoyment behind what they're doing. And mostly, I feel like if you want to be the type of person who pushes out videos that are not only, you know, you have a lot of, but you can also tell that each video was created with love. And those are the kind of videos that I strive to have, the ones where you can tell that even though there's not a lot and it's very simple, like how I edit my thumbnails and my videos, I don't do too much. Like, there's times where I make a serious moment like a little bit funny, but you can tell in the way I edit, I don't do too much. I'm a very simple person. I feel like simple is best. The less you have, the better. I always don't like edits on TikTok that do a little bit too much, because it gets not only oversaturated, but then the video itself becomes very laggy. You have all of these flashy colors and animations, but there's so much going on that you really can't pay attention to what's going on. I try to keep my videos very to the point, simple, simplistic, and I do yap a lot. I do talk a lot, and I go off on a tangent sometimes, and I try to cut that down, because I'm like, you know, nobody wants to hear all of that, but there's people out there who likes to hear that. And I'm not saying that I'm not the type of person who doesn't like to hear a good yap session, but I'm the type of person who feels like talking about the same concept at times gets a little repetitive, and it's just kind of like, let's cut that down a little bit. But I definitely feel like being a content creator, as much as it has its cons, it definitely has its pros. Not just the fact of getting likes and views and stuff like that, but for the mere fact of meeting new people. When I'm creating content for my other channels, at least, I meet other people in the game who also enjoy the content that I make and watch my videos, and they also recommend me some other games that they know I may like, or games that are similar to whatever games that I was playing. And I feel like I can really be able to connect with people that way. It's also like, I mean, YouTube is another form of like social media. Obviously, you get to connect and communicate with people regardless of their age and their gender and everything like that. You really get to connect with a lot of people who genuinely love what you love. And that's kind of why I really do love being a content creator. There's also times where within the community, you're able to find more people who can kind of relate. I did not know that this was here, might as well. But you can also find people within the community that, of course, likes what you like, and also can connect on a better level with them. And not in a weird way, but like in a way where it's safe, obviously. And regardless of the age and gender, you really meet a lot of different people with a lot of different tastes. And I kind of like that, where, you know, you don't really know who that person is in real life, but you know that they like this game. You have something in common, you have something similar to one another. Not gonna lie though, on a very unrelated note, I feel like I should move my not home stable, but I should move my server to a different server from Nightstar, because there seems to be a lot of glitches and lags, and I don't know, like I don't know if it's any better on other servers, but I'm telling you, this server is like corrupted. Like Nightstar is the most populated server, but it's the most laggiest one. Like there's so many people, and like I'm not even in an area where there's a lot of people, but for some reason I'm actually kind of annoyed because there was that Yule goat and I was doing, you know what, it's fine, it's whatever, I'm okay. I'm okay. But that was just my little yap session. I feel like I'm going off topic a little bit, you know. There's good moments, there's bad moments, and there's moments that really make you question, why on earth did I become a content creator? Because that's how I'm feeling right now. It's like I don't want to record, but I have so many ideas. You know, I don't know if a lot of people can relate, where it's just like I have so many ideas on what videos to make, what kind of videos I want to make, but I never have the motive, I guess, to sit down and make those videos. And then I end up not enjoying the video that I created because I didn't even enjoy editing it. I didn't enjoy making that. What the flip? I hit you and you didn't even. Okay. I watch a lot of SSO YouTubers because sometimes I lack certain ideas on my own. And if it's something that everybody's doing, like a train with me video or an update video or a role play video, I will never do a role play on this channel. Don't expect that. I will never do a role play on this channel. But things that are obviously common within this genre, I don't know, man. This thing is outside of the circle. Like, he's outside of the circle. That's not, because then if I make one wrong move and I step out, I have to restart this whole mini game all over again. Anyway, I'm gonna do this last thing and wrap this up here. I feel like I've just went off on a little bit of a tangent and I'm sorry for that, but like I really felt like I just needed to get this off my chest, and because I needed a reason to make a video because this week's update was not it. I mean, the old clothes came back, the old horses came back, the championship rankings came back. Not that I even care about that to begin with. It's just not something I care about to do right now. Also, I know nobody's asking about this right now, but I'll make sure to put down in my description like what reshade I'm currently using. I'm using Marshmallow by Kelia, Eastdawn. Because I know I get comments sometimes asking about what kind of reshade I'm using for this video, and I try to make sure to put that in my description if I don't forget. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will definitely go ahead and see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone.